This is the e-Invoicing and live reporting connector. The connector is a web application. It can be hosted on any cloud provider like Microsoft Azure, AWS, SAP BTP and others. It can also be deployed on-premise at a customer environment. Let's log into the connector using our credentials. This demo environment is hosted on a SAP Business Technology Platform instance. The initial dashboard shows some stats, how many companies are configured and the quantity of inbound and outbound jobs in different states. Let's open the company's definitions. A company links an integrating system, like an ERP, with the ELR account. You can define as many companies as you need, for example to set up a test and a production environment. When creating a new company, you will choose the interface system type, like some of the list here. We are currently adding support for more systems as the connector is able to connect to any source that provides a data interface. Here is a configured company for an SAP ECC instance. The first section in the contains the ELR credentials and settings, provided when you have an active account. You can test the connection settings to ensure everything is correct. Then you will have the interface system-specific configuration. For SAP ECC, these are the connection parameters. Other systems will have the specific required settings. You can also test if the connection to these systems is correctly configured. Document types are fully customizable, to filter and use the documents you need for e-invoicing. The connector supports outbound flow of documents, to submit account receivable, sales documents, and inbound flow, to receive account payable, purchasing documents. This is another company definition, for an SAP Business by Design interface type. Here the connection settings will be accordingly this interface requirements. Now let's see the list of mandates definitions available. This module is for view only, and it will list the available mandate definitions for your ELR account. Remember your account is configured in the company setup. Mandates will be used for our mapping templates. The outbound flow involves account receivable, sales invoices, you are sending. The connector's main task is to extract the invoice data from your source system, and convert it to the format accepted by the ELR solution, the UBL, Universal Business Language. This conversion is configured in a mapping template, with a set of conversion rules. You can have multiple mapping templates configured for different document types and country mandates. These are mapping templates. Each one is linked to a company definition, for extracting the data, and to a country mandate, for validating required fields. Let's open a mapping template definition. On the initial parameters you will first select the company and the country mandate. Then enable what document types, defined at the company setup, can be processed by this template. At the mapping definition, we will provide the target template, in this case an UBL format, that is the expected ELR format. Data services are HTTP request definitions to extract the required data from your source system and populate the target template. In this sample there are 4 services defined, to extract from SAP ECC the document header, document lines, billing company and customer information. And we can test the services to view how the data is returned from the interface system. Data is in JSON format and split in a tab for each service. To map the source data to the target template we use rules. Each rule contains the details to map a field. You can choose what is the source field from any of your source data services, indicate the target field on the XML template and use transformation options. To produce the e-invoice document all rules are processed, mapping and populating the target template with the source data. You can test the template to check how the e-invoice result will looks like. The connector can validate if the mapping template is valid for the country mandate definition. Validation results alerts for missing fields, and also list conditional and optional fields not included. Let's see the outbound document submission process. Sending e-invoices is done with jobs. A job will contain a set of documents, selected from the source system. When running a job, the mapping template is processed for each document, creating the e-invoice, that is finally uploaded to the ELR platform. A job can be executed once, or can be automated and scheduled for recurring execution. To create a new job, we set a job identifier and choose the company definition. In the Documents tab, we can find and select documents from the source system. Document types defined at the company are available for filtering. On the list, you can select the documents to process and the mapping template to use. You can combine different mapping templates in the same job. There is a dedicated feature to assign a mapping template to multiple documents. After selecting, you will add the documents to the job, and will move to the final step. Included documents are listed in the grid below. We can now schedule the job for execution, setting the desired start date and time. Once scheduled, the job status changes. The execution is performed by an asynchronous connector process, in the background. There is no need to keep on this screen at all. But if we stay, we can see the process updates. When posting each e-invoice to the ELR platform, a unique identifier is returned for each document. Usually the document status after posting will be, waiting confirmation. This means the ELR platform is completing the required workflow for the e-invoice. The connector will wait until a final status is available from ELR, and then will show this final status. From the e-invoice monitor module, you can list outbound and inbound documents in the ELR account. This is a similar view than the available in your ELR console. This are the e-invoices we have just submitted. For each document you can check detailed status of the processing events. And of course you can download the e-invoice document, in this case using the Universal Business Language format. The list of available download formats for the e-invoice will depend on the country mandate used for the e-invoice. In order to automate a job execution, to create a recurring task, you will use the same job definition, but will activate the Automatic Job setting. A Schedule tab will appear, where you can define the frequency and the recurrence parameters. There are multiple options to configure for specific days in the week. Occur every hour. Or at a specific time in the day. Processing inbound invoices means to handle purchasing e-invoices received on your ELR account, downloading and creating the document in your system. Doing this involves an inverse process. Now, the source is the ELR e-invoice document, and the target is your destination system. To transform from the UBL format to your destination format, an inbound mapping template will be used. Using a similar approach, now the target template is the format accepted by your destination system. The inbound UBL document is the source. And the rules in the template will map all the fields to populate the format accepted by your system. Testing this mapping template displays a JSON document accepted by our SAP ECC demo instance. Let's see how to process some inbound e-invoices into the target SAP system. We will start by setting the inbound job identifier and choosing our company. Then we must select the inbound documents. These documents are in the ELR platform. We will set some filters and find to get the available e-invoices. For each document to be imported, we can choose a document type, defined at the company definition, and the inbound mapping template to use for the conversion. The job will download the e-invoice from ELR, convert it using the inbound mapping template, and post it to the target system. Once the job is scheduled, the background processor will take care. After trying to post the document to the target system, the result status will be shown for each document. In this example, the inbound document is rejected because a closed posting period in SAP. Thank you.